Hello, Asha fans, back for another episode of Asha Alumni. This time we go all the way up to Montana. We bring in the Pareja brothers and Kelton Chadwick, Desert Vista, Centennial, Pinnacle, three of the many teams and high schools that participate in Asha. Guys, how are we doing? How is Helena right now?
Doing good. It's cold.
Amazing.
It's nice and cold, but it's fun.
You guys look like you have a nice setup there too. Where are you guys right now?
We're actually downstairs in our basement right now. Yeah.
The top spot. That's a top spot. So let's start off with this. I want to start off with Kelton and Trey. You two graduated 2 years ago. Desert Vista for Kelton, then Centennial for Trey was where you guys played. Who kind of made the decision, and how was each of your decision to go and play junior hockey eventually in Helena? And who decided first between you guys?
So I think I started looking at teams first, and I wanted a team that brought in some fans and won. And Helena's the place to be. They bring in the most fans for sure. They have the best winning record in the league. It's the place to be.
Yeah, I found out him and Jason were coming here, and Damon, our coach, was at the West Coast Elite camp down in Arizona. So I got in touch with him there, and then I got up here with Jason and Kelton.
So it's Helena, not Helena.
Yeah,
We call it Helena.
Okay.
We've heard everything.
We're gonna go Helena. I've never been to Montana, so you guys have to kind of,
yeah.
help me out here. For you, Cade, we saw you just last year, in Mullet Arena, winning the state championship with Centennial. Kind of take us through that year, because it was kind of out of nowhere, with the Coyotes, and then take us through your decision to forego your senior year and come and play in Montana.
Yeah, it was a blast of a season. We weren't allowed to play high school hockey before that, so getting the chance to play high school hockey and actually do something was really fun. And obviously, winning it was also the time. We also had a pretty good record, and it was a good time to be able to help the team, and I was happy to do it.
Was there one moment from that season that kind of stood out to you? Because you guys were dominant. I think you went 16-4 and then kind of rolled through the playoffs. But was there any moment that stood out to you that you still remember?
Definitely scoring in the championship. That had to be the best moment.
You got a little lucky there as it went off the glass and it came right. You guys remember that. It was a nice goal, and eventually it went 3-1 Centennial. Then you guys had to go to overtime. And McCaughey ended it on a great game, another great state championship. Let me go to this. For you three, we have two state championships here. We have Kelton with Desert Vista. We have Cade with Centennial. Trey, is there a little jealousy here? Are they kind of, talking about how you haven't had the chance? I knew you're with Pinnacle your first year, but you didn't get to raise the championship.
Yeah, no, there's a little bit of jealousy. I mean, they just got one extra on me. We all have our fair share, but they got that on me.
We let them know too. Don't worry.
They have that.
And both of you played in a classic championship game for Desert Vista, down 4-1 in the third, and for Centennial winning in overtime. Let's go into this. I know for each of you different players, for the Preya brothers, both forwards, and Kelton, you're a D. What are the advantages of playing junior hockey? What have you seen? What's the day-to-day, and what have you kind of grown as a player and a person through this experience?
I mean, you learn a lot. You're living more on your own, so it builds you as a person. But the experience you get being with a group of guys, being close with them, being with them every single day, that extra year of hockey or extra 2 years that you get before college, it's a huge stepping stone. It's really important, I think, to grow you as a person.
Yeah, I mean, for me, honestly, it's probably been the best year and a half, like hockey wise. Like it's probably the most fun I've ever had playing hockey, and just like you touch the ice every day for an hour, 2 hours a day, depending on the day. And, I don't like it's the most fun by far I've ever had playing hockey.
Like they said, it's just like getting away, getting to live by yourself. It's fun to live with like your friends and have that with like your boys and just have a good time and play hockey. It's the dream.
Unless you live with your little brother, then it can get a little.
How about this for is it a host family situation? Are you guys living together, and did they kind of pair you up because of that connection from Arizona?
Well, so Trey lived with Jason last year, and now he lives with Cade this year, thanks to Cade coming up. And I'm down the street with Owen, who also played Arizona hockey. He just never played high school. So yeah, I mean they paired us up for it, but it's super nice that we get to be neighbors, get to carpool to the rink, everything like that. It's super helpful.
Now, Kelton, you touched on it in terms of the success that the Bighorns have had. Now, I had to look up the research here, and it's not just regular success. I mean, this is unworldly. I was looking up the record. I had to write it down. 44, 2-1 last year, and then this year, maybe a little worse, 22-2. So, how is it playing with so much success? I know you guys are heading up in terms of the points for the team, but I mean, how is it winning basically almost every night?
I mean, it's tons of fun. There's a lot of pressure on us to win every night, which it can get rough, but pressure is what we live for. I mean, every time we win, we keep that streak going. And last year, the three losses we did have were all to the same team that we ended up playing 11, 12 times throughout the year. So, I mean, our team's it's built to win, and it does what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, I mean, the pressure is good though. Like if you got a lot of pressure on you and everybody wants to beat you, that means you're doing things the right way. So, it's a lot, but there's a lot of more good that comes from it than bad. I mean, you play at home pretty much every weekend, and you get to play in front of a bunch of fans, and there's nothing better than that to come to the rink in front of a bunch of people. Practices, you get to come with a great group of guys. Like there's nothing better than you get to go to the rink to that every day. So that just makes it really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Cade, for you, it's been a pretty easy transition. Kind of take us through how it's been not only going up there and moving all the way up to Montana, but also your play has been incredible. You're top 5 in points, and you're really feeling yourself. There hasn't really been a adjustment period for you.
No. Well, it was really easy because I had my brother here, and I've known these guys since I was 12-ish, 13, and they're amazing. They helped me like transition, and it's been just really easy. And I just play hockey, do what I'm used to.
Exactly right. For kids, let's say you're a freshman or sophomore playing Osh or playing just hockey in general in Arizona. What would be your guys' kind of recruiting pitch to them in terms of playing junior hockey, whether it be in Montana at the NA3 or a different league? What would you tell them? Would you recommend it?
Absolutely.
100%.
I would definitely recommend it. And I mean, I'd say like you play 20 games in Asha if you want to play 2.5 times, 3 times as many games, and you want to have fans more often, and you want to live to play hockey. It's the place for you.
And it's like our recruiting pitch is probably a lot different than coaches. But like I said earlier, it's the most fun like you'll have playing hockey. Like you hear a lot from like older guys, and they say, yeah, junior hockey was the best. Like they weren't lying. Like junior hockey, that's where it's at. Like it's really fun. You practice every day. You're with your buddies all the time. Like you hang out with your guy, like your friends all the time. Like you're with your boys all the time. Like there's nothing better than that. So, yeah, it's a blast.
You guys mentioned that you hang out a lot, and this is the last question for this one. What do you do in Helena? I mean, I'm not a Montana resident like you guys are, but it must have been a big transition, right? Coming from Arizona to Montana. What is an off day like?
Yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot you can do, but there is they've got the hot springs that a lot of our team goes to all the time, and you guys want to add in what else you're doing?
I mean it's a lot of like video games and go to the hot springs, and
yeah,
it's like small things. It's a smaller town, so it's not like we've been bowling a couple times. There's not as much to do as there is in Arizona, but you find things to do and hang out with everybody. So it's a good time.
Yeah,
it's just a lot of beautying it up with the boys.
Yeah, just a bunch of beauties.
What is the video game choice? Is it NHL or you guys in different games here?
Well, this nerd over here he likes to play Black Ops and Fortnite all the time. He's always up. I don't even know how late.
A good game.
He's always playing those games. Me and Guru have some heated battles in NCAA 25, so those are always fun games to play. Last year was a lot of Chell. We haven't had as much Chell this year, but
Yeah, not nearly as much gel this year, unfortunately.
You guys got enough hockey to worry about.
Exactly.
Right.
While you're practicing. Guys, we really appreciate it for you guys coming on. We wish you the best success, probably another 20 straight more wins for you guys up in Montana. But we thank you so much for coming on.
All right,
Yeah,
thank
thank
you.
you.
Have a good one.